we say, let us go for a test, go for the blood test, go for some assessment of our condition so that the doctor may diagnose it. Similarly, in our case, we have certain ways of assessment that let us assess the soil health or the soil quality of my field. We have three main approaches. The first approach is the default approach, that is the farmer's approach. He is very smart. Let me tell you, we as scientists will not reach to the indigenous knowledge of farmers. He is very smart. Every farmer, she or he is very smart. He has certain methods because he is experienced or she is experienced. उन्होंने soil को as अपना एक बच्चा देखा होता है. They are known, the soil is known to them in every facet because they spend so much time with it. So his or her assessment may be soil color, the soil smell, or now the farmers are now really aware. In addition to this, also they may have other methods also. Now then, the scientific way, that is the statistical methods. With the help of statistics, we are able to comprehend certain methods, or we are able to design any method so that with the help of these models, or so that with the help of these methods, we can get certain idea about the soil health. For example, we can get the pH, EC, CEC, or other chemical parameters of the soil. And at the end of the day, with the help of statistical tools, statistical methods, now we have deep learning. AI is also there. That is also I'll say it's a complicated kind of a statistical model. But at the end, it gives us the measure, or it gives us a way so that we can assess the soil. Okay. Then there are the conventional methods. I have already worked in certain projects where we used to do the nutrient indexing of the soil. It is somewhat different, not so much different, or it is somewhat similar to the statistical methods where we use certain formulas, we use certain scores to see that whether our soil is healthy or it is having good quality, or simply, I'll say in simple language, where does my soil stand? Now, maybe before Green Revolution, soil health was never an issue. Maybe most of the researchers, most of the scientists would have never thought that we will come to a period, we'll come after decades long, we'll come to some point of our agricultural life where there will be serious issues related to soil. Now, honestly speaking, it was especially about the Green Revolution, after the Green Revolution, because you all know, we are quite familiar with the fact that all the important chemicals, they got introduced to our agriculture system in Green Revolution. Now, the chemicals, agrochemicals, I'll call them as a whole. It contains all pesticides, weedicides, because when there was introduction of hybrids in the Green Revolution, then there was also introduction of pesticides and weedicides, because the amount of food they used to produce or the amount of resistance they had, it was quite not comparable with what our indigenous varieties had. So with the advent, with the progress that we introduced so many chemicals into the soil contamination really got serious. Jahan pe aapka maybe 1% chemical lagta tha, wahan pe 100 folds of chemicals, especially urea, because that the subsidy case was that with that. So farmers, they were quite they had quite to use excess chemicals to get the good amount of production, and crop intensification was there. But then with the advent of time, researchers were, it is quite actually selfish of us, because हमने soil को एक ऐसा resource लिया शायद वो ठीक हो जाएगी on its own. But with the advent of time, अब ये हुआ कि the land degradation is a very important major problem. The soil erosion is a major problem. Wind erosion, soil salinity and soil acidity is a major problem. And if we see our mountain ecosystem, that is, if I talk about my Kashmir or the temperate area of this lesser Himalayas, we are more fragile than any other area. And you'll say, ma'am, why we are fragile? Because the temperate ecosystem here it is prone to so many climatic changes. You can see there are so vagaries in the climate. So that makes our agriculture system in these areas also very fragile. So if we discuss, the soil loss has increased, and with the soil loss, we know soil is full of nutrients, the upper layer is full of nutrients, it is also lost. Average soil loss has been seen in the last decade, 16. It has increased up to 16.4. And here also, if I talk about the mountain agroecosystem, the soil loss is obviously because of the topography, it is higher. Like in Kufara, the average, it has a higher erosion loss as compared to the national erosion loss. That is the average national erosion losses there. Then there are the physical constraints, all type of pollutants and other things which can contribute to the soil loss. In addition to it, the major issue our soil in India is facing, that is the low organic matter. Maybe some of you might have seen that there was a report recently in the press that our 58% of soils or more, they are low in organic matter. Now, low organic matter, I mean, say it is a chemical parameter as far as the soil is concerned, but it is one of the parameter that speaks volumes about your soil. So if anybody asks you, ma'am, I don't have time to analyze my soil 100% with all the parameters, can I check one parameter with which will can tell me about my soil health? I'll say organic matter, because organic matter, if the organic matter is good, your soil will be good in health. Then now there can be some other issues associated also, I'll not discuss that, but prima facie, the organic carbon or the organic matter content is the one of the important parameters which can speak volumes about your soil health. Okay. Then with the advent of green revolution,